I'm making videos about the disabled constitution I wish to make, and I will be writing shortly, for the Disabled Revolution March on Washington in March 2025. See the link, and I will put a Facebook group with that. So this right, I wish, is for housing. In the United States, Section 8 is a fucking joke. They put Ben Carson over. I don't even know if they replaced him. He's long dead now. He did no good. He had no skill set, and that's what happens. A president can appoint somebody who has no fucking idea anything about that. Now, if you grew up poor, you know where I'm going with this. When I was a child, I don't know if we ever had Section 8, but we were definitely poor. And, I mean, we were proud to live in a trailer park at one point because it was a real house. It was exciting. In old family photos, you can see the apartments are gross and the walls are dirty and stained, like, beyond cleaning. One apartment we stayed at briefly when I was 8 because of what happened had fucking black mold, and they just signed us to lease it, and they're apparently still in business and still black molding. Anyway, fuck you, Ashbrook. Fuck you so much. Anyways, it's notoriously known that as a disabled person, if you wish to move in the country, fucking good luck. You have to apply for your rights in that state beforehand, and that's kind of complicated because they're like, well, you don't live here, and then you have to apply for HUD. If I today want to go live in Los Angeles, which I very much do not mistake me, I applied for HUD in 2016. It was an 11-year wait list, so 3 more years to go. And everybody I know who actually had it, they said the landlords, there was piss in the hall. There were mentally ill people who really should not be on their own in these places. There were hard drugs, bed bugs, fleas, all that nastiness, because the people want to drive you out. They're sick of doing HUD. They don't make enough. And so they let these things go to shit to drive people out. Unfortunately, disabled people don't have much of a fucking choice. Now, here in my little shit town, there is some, like, homes and apartments for HUD. I've heard they're all right, because it's such a small town, nobody wants to live here. But a friend of mine in a different town of 12,000, I call it the Circle of Hell, she had a 2-bedroom HUD, and she had a job when she signed that lease, cleaning for a hotel. She did not officially have disability, but she'd been in a very bad car accident and frankly should have had it, and she applied and she got denied twice. She had a lawyer and everything. Well, when she quit that job, didn't update them fast enough, her HUD rent of $200, which for this town I still think is a lot, went to $600. And they don't give you much time to comply or make that money or prove you're poor. So HUD has so many rules, especially a big one is no animals. Most HUD places will not take animals. A lot of disabled people have emotional therapy pets, support dogs, seizure dogs, seeing eye dogs. Seeing eye dogs are allowed, and technically all those should be allowed under the ADA, but nobody enforces it. In fact, unless you live in one of the liberal states, good luck getting, like, your therapy pet in one of these places. I tried this in Utah. I knew it was futile. It was futile. I mean, I had the paperwork and everything from a real therapist. It wasn't bullshit. Nope. And then when my sister, number 3, moved into a place, my whore mother called me and she's like, oh, yeah, can I do that here with her cats so she can keep her cats? I'm like, mother, it's Utah. They don't have any allowance for this. I bet they turn away a seeing eye dog. They're terrible people. And that's the thing. The ADA exists. Forcing compliance is ridiculous. It just does not happen. So I'm calling on the federal government to fix HUD for everyone, because when disabled people rise up, we bring the people in poverty with us because we're right there elbow to elbow. And they need to make it illegal to do things like let it rot so you'll leave. Huge fines or something. They need enforcement of this because it means shit if there's no enforcement. And they need to make it so there's enough housing everywhere that people can afford. I know that's hilarious in the United States right now, but seriously, when a apartment in a town of 400 near my town is $600. A town of 400, $600, one bedroom, one bath. This is ridiculous shit. They need to fix this. They need to fix housing prices. They could regulate it, they just won't. And they need to end corporations owning these holdings for rentals. A human should own property. And they should limit how much, because if a person owns 25 properties, there's no way in hell they're going to actually upkeep all of them. And yes, that goes for corporations too. There was a law at one point in the early 1900s for the oil barons that they could only have one home in the state of New York that they lived in 60% of the time. I know this because that one heiress, it was about that. We need more of this because New York and LA and Chicago, all these are huge buildings and they're empty because these assholes, these corporations, they just let them rot. Like that graffiti tower in LA, they just stopped building it. The end. Now they're apparently going to sell it because they have to comply or else. Compliance is the key. If they're going to lose money, they'll comply.